Hello everyone, welcome in part 4 of this minifigure tutorial. Today we're gonna build a little scene. We're gonna start adding some lights, camera, and start rendering some images. And at the end I'm gonna show you how to render a little animation. Okay. So we've got our brick done. What I'd like to do, we're gonna remove them to spare plates because we don't need them anymore. Press X and delete. Okay, so we can start creating our scene by just Control D to duplicate some of them bricks and just move them onto our base plate. So let's start from this one, for example. I'm gonna move it here by pressing G and just try to reset, move it here. You can also bring that, windows up and change to 3D viewport. And by pressing 1, you can have a front orthographic view, so you can see where the bricks are. Same as here, you can change to 3D viewport, and just by pressing 3 you can have a side orthographic view. It's easier to see where the old bricks are. I'm gonna fast forward, but I'll be back to you when I start modeling some windows. So now I would like to create a window and doors. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select this brick, go into front orthographic view, Shift D to duplicate it, go and place it here, G for grab and Z axis, G, just place it somewhere between. This part need to come closer. GX, I'm gonna keep it close to this end, like so. I'm gonna go to tab, select this face, and then go press G and Z and go all the way down, like so. Now I'm gonna apply all modifiers by pressing Ctrl A and go into isolation mode, press A and press tab for edit mode, press A, M, and merge everything by distance. And also what I like to do is to remove all middle faces that are inside. So you can go to the X-ray mode. And as you see, there are some faces inside. So just select them and press X to delete face. Select this one, X, delete face. Select this one, X to delete face. So we don't have any more internal faces. Go out from X-ray view. Select all the front faces from this side and the front faces on this side, and press I to inset. Just scale it like that. Press X and delete faces. And now go into edge selection mode. Just select by pressing Alt and select this edge loop, and Shift Alt select this edge loop. Press spacebar and just type bridge edge loops like so. Press slash to go out from selection mode and bring them faces here up by selecting them like that, and G for grab, Z to bring them up a bit. Okay, you can also select everything and U to unwrap a Smart UV project. So we've got our door frame. I'm gonna create new color for it. So I'm gonna copy that dark cream, change it for white, and just rename it white. And we're gonna do the same with windows. So just go to the front orthographic view by pressing 1 on numpad, Shift D to duplicate this door, X to move it along X-axis, G, Z to bring it up like so. Go tab for edit mode, go to X-ray mode and just have all verticals mode selection. Select all top verticals. G for grab, Z along Z axis. And just bring this down. Like that. Alright. As you see, there's a gap in here, so we can bring all them bricks closer to the door frame. You can go and select all that side. One GX. Okay. Left GX. GX. Okay. And also we can add extra plate, base plate on top, but a bit smaller. So I'm gonna go and select this plate, Shift D to duplicate it, and Z to move it upward, up. Press 7, and G to move it somewhere here. And just going to array modifier and reduce the count this direction and also in this direction. And 1 to front view, G for grab set, and just bring it down. X. Okay, we can also change the color. I'm going to change it for white as well. like so. And we can start building the second floor. Okay, so we'll have our house ready, and also we're gonna make some doors, windows, and some flowers on the windows board. So to do our doors, I'm gonna select this frame first, go into edit mode, and select that, go into edge selection mode, disable the X-ray because we don't need it anymore, and just press Ctrl T to create a edge loop. And now P, separate by selection, going back to object mode, select this edge loop, go into edit mode, A to select, F to close the faces, and we can go to the isolation mode by pressing slash key. Now we're gonna go to the vertex mode and just remove them verticals, what we don't need. By default, I'm pressing Ctrl X, select them, press Ctrl X. So now we can add some loop cuts by pressing Ctrl R. We're gonna do one in here, in the center, like so. Ctrl R, one on top, Ctrl R, one on bottom, Ctrl R, one on the left edge, and Ctrl R, one on the right edge. Now we go into face selection mode, select this face, and press E to inset that, E to extrude, like that. And make another two loop cuts, one this way in center and one on that way in this center. Go into face selection mode, select them 4 faces, E, and another time E to extrude like that, and X to remove faces. So we've got our doors. Let's select by pressing A and make and extrude them along y-axis like that. Make them thicker. Press slash for exit from isolation mode, and we can add some color to them. I'm going to create a new one. So go in to material properties, copy this one, for example, choose blue like this. I'm going to change this blue too. And also I'm going to back to shader editor. And I'm going to increase the roughness value. They're going to be a bit rougher. Okay, now we're going to do exactly the same with Windows. So choosing Windows frame, go into edit mode, Ctrl R to make loop cut, and T, separate it by selection, going back to object mode, select that loop cut, go into isolation mode, tab, go into vertex selection mode, and just selecting this, Ctrl X to dissolve them, select them, Ctrl X to dissolve them, select everything by pressing A, F to make a face, and just now R to make some loop cuts like this, one vertical, one horizontal, face selection mode, select them faces, I to inset, so X to delete faces, A to select everything, and E to extrude, and slash to going back from isolation mode. And this one I'll have it yellow, so I'm going to create I'm going to choose a yellow color like so. And because it's exactly same frame, we can copy this one by pressing Shift D and just place it here. Okay, so we have our house, and we're going to create a flower on our window board. So I'm going to select this brick, go in tab to edit mode, and have a face selection mode, select this face, Shift and D to duplicate it, and P for separate as a selection. Go back to edit object mode, select this circle now, 7 to top view, select object, set origin to geometry, S to scale it like that, G for grab, Z to drag it down, and tab for edit mode. Sorry, G for grab it a bit closer like that. Tab for edit mode, A to select everything, E to extrude, E again, now S, E to extrude, and E and I to inset, and E to extrude, like so. Going back to object mode, Ctrl A, apply scale. Going back to edit mode and have this face selected, just press Ctrl B and make some bevels. Scroll wheel to make extra loops. So same in here. Gonna this time of a edge selection mode. Alt Alt press here to select all loop cut. Ctrl B. Something like that. Same here. Alt select Ctrl B. And here Alt select Ctrl B. Like so. This time we're gonna make a new material. So copy this one, gonna make it bright greens, and called it light green. And also in here I'm gonna add some more roughness to it. And now we can shift D to duplicate it, Z to move it up. And I'm gonna create another new color. I'm gonna light pink. I'm gonna call it light pink. So we got our flower. We can select them to meshes, Shift D, X, moving along X-axis. That we can only copy that green one. Shift D, move it on X-axis like so. Shift D along X-axis like that. So we got our flowers. Control S for saving. Also use this brick 7. Shift D, make like a table. GZ. And we can also use one of them and make like a lamp. Put a lamp on the table, Shift D, just put it right in the center. G for grab, Z, moving along Z axis downwards. And we're gonna create a GZ, sorry. And in here we're gonna create a new material, this time a glass material. So let's use that pink, make a copy of it, and come in here, reduce roughness, and add some transmission to 100%. Have like a glass, but we're gonna change that for red. We're gonna glass red material. I'm gonna kill it red glass and Shift D, duplicate it, Z, move it along Z axis, and I'm gonna make a copy of it and make it green. And I call it green glass. And Shift D, Z, and I'm gonna make it blue this time. So copy that. Blue. I call it blue glass. All right. We can add how much as we want, create new bricks and stuff like this. But I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna use this brick somewhere. So Shift D. I'm gonna place it here. GZ. So I'm gonna put this on top of it. Shift D. Like so, and just put the flower, one of the flower, Shift D. Yeah, GZ. D. Flower like this. Alright, so we've got our house, we got some bits and bobs. So let's place our characters now and just make some adjustment to them. So I'm gonna select my boy minifigure first, G for grab. I'm gonna place him somewhere here. Now go to the side view, place 3D cursor by pressing shift and holding shift and right mouse button, select that shoulder, press period key on your keyboard and pivot point, select 3D cursor. And now just start to press R for rotate and just rotate this shoulder first. Go in Control 3 to other side view, select another shoulder, R. I'm gonna rotate this way. Now going to top view. I'm gonna place the 3D cursor right in the center of the head, shift right mouse click, and selecting that head, R to rotate left a bit, right way. No, sorry. Now we're gonna go to side view again. Holding shift, pressing right mouse click button, place the 3D cursor in here, select our leg, R. I'm gonna move that leg like that. So going back to the top view and place 3D cursor here. I'm gonna rotate all body by selecting our upper body and R to rotate. Like so, and now try to adjust the leg into our spot G, Y, this direction GX. Like this. Okay, now we're taking our girl, 7, D, G for grab, put her here, go 3 to side view, shift right mouse click, select that shoulder, R to rotate, then rotate this direction this time, and Control 3, select this shoulder, R this way, and shift right mouse click, select this leg, R, leg this way, going up, going top view by pressing 7 on numpad, selecting that head, Control shift right mouse click, select our head, R, rotate this head, and rotate all body by selecting our upper body, R to rotate, and just rotate this way, and G for grab, Y, G, and X. Okay, so we got our characters facing each other. We can start rendering. To do so, I'm gonna extend this window. I'm gonna press Shift A. I'm gonna add some camera, and to have camera snap to that view what you just see, you need to just press Ctrl Alt and 0 on your numpad. If you go here to the view tab and tick that box camera to view, you can move your camera about as when you move your when you pan it and zoom it, you can move your camera view as well. So let's say I will so I'm gonna use this view. Now what you want to do, if you go to the camera tab, so if you have camera selected, go here to the camera properties and you can change focal length. I like to change it to like a 40 millimeters. Zoom it like so. And we're gonna use a cycle render engine. So if you go to the render properties and change render engine from Eevee to cycles, and if you got a GPU, you can choose GPU, it's gonna be much faster. And I choose experimental all the time and reduce render samples to something about like 300. Make sure denoise is checked in. And now if you go to render preview, you can see how the render will looks like. Apparently we need some light because now we got like a global gray color light. If you go to world properties, you can see the color of the world properties is gray. And what I like to do is just remove all that light, so going down to 0, and uncheck that camera view. Now when you move about, you're not gonna move your camera. If you would like to see what camera see, just bring that window back and just go here to the render preview and press 0 on your numpad, so you will see what camera see it, and you can bring that camera and you can just zoom it in, and in here we're gonna keep it in like a in solid mode so we can see better what's going on. All right, so let's add some light. So Shift A and light and area light first. GZ, move with that area light up. You can go to light properties in here and just change the color of the light. I would like to have something like yellow. You can add some power to it, make it brighter, or turn the power off. Something about 17. Now we can add like a point light. Shift A, light, point. For grab, you can grab this light. Set here. You can decrease the power of it. And also the radius. Change the color for something warmer, like so. And also I would like to add some background to our scene. So Shift A and mesh, I'm gonna add plane. I'm gonna put that plane down, pressing G and Z, like that. And I'm gonna make some extra edge on the back. I'm gonna make a face on the back, so go to the edit mode, select edge selection mode, just select that edge, E for extrude and Z along Z axis, something like this, and I'm gonna create new material for that background. Let's set something a bit more metallic, less rough, darker. So you can do something like this, up to you. You can press Ctrl S to save that scene first, and hit render image to have a look how the render looks like. Make some adjustments after. As you see, it looks pretty decent. Okay, and we can do something like this with the lights, but what I'd like to do, I'm gonna use a HDRI map, which is like a 360 degrees image with a baked light with a baked light, with already baked light, and you can download this from any website. Just type it in Google HDRI. For example, you can go to Polyhaven and choose any HDRI you like. As usual, for scene like this, I will go for indoor lighting and just select this one. For example, select what size you like. 4K is right enough, and just press download. And when you download it, you're going to World Properties tab, and let me to remove that area light first. X, delete, so we got area light removed, and going here, pressing that yellow button and choose environment texture, press open, and just find the folder wherever you save that HDRI, would you just download it. I'm gonna use this one, Christmas Photo Studio, and of course you need to now increase the strength of this texture. So I'm gonna increase this to 1 and wait for render cycles to update it. And now, as you see, you can, the whole scene is light up by this HDRI. If you go to your shader editor and change from object to world, you can see that HDRI image is connected to background and world output. And also with this we can use our texture coordinates to rotate this HDRI image around. So press Ctrl T, and rotation Z, you can rotate this image so the light will be rotating as well, and just point it in different direction on our scene. So, but in this case, with my image, I will keep it 0. So if I remove the roughness of this backdrop material, then actually see the HDRI image reflecting from my backdrop. That's what I want. And also I'm gonna change camera view a bit. I'll move that backdrop up a bit. So increase the roughness, and I'm gonna render that image again by going to render tab and just render image. That the image looks like. What I don't like is this green material is too shiny, and choose that green color and just add some roughness to it, so it's not so shiny. And also this brown brick, also I'm gonna increase some roughness. Okay, and gotta render that image again. So now it's much better. Just gonna change the camera angle. Something like this. That backdrop going down to below. And this. And now we're gonna render the image again. That's pretty decent. We render some images, and now let's say we're gonna render some animation. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna clip the camera to this view by pressing Ctrl Alt and 0, and select camera to view. So and also what I want to do is to select camera, go into camera properties and check depth of field, and just select one of our characters. It's gonna be that lady, and just change aperture f-stop, something bigger. .30, so it's gonna keep a focus only on this character. So if we zoom out, as you see, focus is on this girl, which looks good. I'm gonna start from here. If you see something like this, you need to adjust clipping in camera, and decreases as well to clip start to 0.1. Okay, let's say I'm gonna start it from this point. Make proper zoom on her, and also you can change the resolution format of your image. So I'm gonna make it 4K, so I'll just multiply by 2. Like so, that's 4K resolution now. And here you got your timeline where you can set up animation. So to make some animation, just have your camera on the first, in your timeline, just on the first keyframe, just press right and insert keyframe. Now go to the last keyframe and just remove your camera out of the, like so. And just insert another keyframe. So now when you go back to first one and you press play, the animation will play. So you're gonna have smoothly transition between first keyframe and the last keyframe. Like so. You can always make some adjustments. So let's say we go into first keyframe again. And let's choose this for auto keying, so we don't have to insert keyframe on our own. And just rotate this camera like this, And when you're going down to the last keyframe, just rotate the camera that way. So you have a smooth transition between two of them keyframes. Like so. Okay. So we got our little animation. We also can add extra keyframes between, moving camera like that. So you're gonna add another keyframe, and when you animate it, you will animate up to one keyframe. We'll do something like this. Okay. And now if you want to render this animation, what we need to do is to select output. Gonna use select new folder, animation, select it, accept, select how you want to save the images. So I want to as a JPG. And what you want to do now, you just press render animation, and he will render 250 separate images. And after that, I'm gonna show you how to. And when all is done, you can also reduce that to 200, 100, how many you want. I will keep it 200. And if you finish, I'm gonna show you how to use sequencer to, from these images, make a video. Okay, so press render animation, and let's the render begin. Alright then, so after a couple of hours, we've got the sequence of our images in folder. I choose 250, so I've got 250 different images, and now I'm gonna show you what to do to make a video clip from all them images. So you have to open the new Blender file, and this time we're gonna select video editing, and in here you have to add some images to the sequencer. So just press add image sequence and just find the folder where all them images has been saved. It's this one in my case. And you're gonna press A now to select everything and add image strips. So you got all them 250 images in here on the timeline. And now you can change the resolution of your final video clip. My images were 4K, so I'm gonna multiply this by 2 to match the resolution of the images. I'm gonna choose frame rate 30 frames per second for smooth mover video. In here, of course, you can choose how many images you're gonna use. I'm gonna use all 250, all of them. And frame, I'm gonna start from frame 1. In here, in output, you can you have to select the folder where you want your video clip to be saved. So I'm gonna choose exactly same folder. Also, I can just choose a name of the video clip. In here, file format, leave it by default FFmpeg video. I'm going to encoding now. Leave it MPEG-4. You can choose any one you like, but this one gonna be work fine. Output quality, I'm gonna change to high quality. And also you can add some audio clip into your animation, but I'm not gonna do this right now. So when all that is set up, Now you just go to render and render animation. It's going to be faster now because he's got all them images rendered already, so it shouldn't take a long time. Okay, render all images. You can close this window down, and when you go back to your folder, you can see the video clip right now. We can press it and open it. Have a look how the animation looks like. So now I'd like to show you how to create that falling bricks animation. First of all, you have to delete all keyframes from your previous animation, and now just line up your camera right on front. Go to your last keyframe, in my case is a 300, and just press A to select everything, and I to insert keyframe with new location and rotation. And now what I did is just to go to keyframe 290, select first brick, move it up, apply location and rotation keyframe by pressing I, and now 5 keyframes up to 295. Select another 2 bricks, press I to apply location and rotation. Go down to keyframe 280, just move them 2 bricks up above the camera view, and press I, apply location and rotation to them, and just follow that steps all the way down until you're gonna remove all your bricks out of the camera view. And after you can add some camera movement at last and just render this animation. I'm gonna fast forward this process. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something from my tutorial. If you liked it, just click the like button and subscribe my channel for more content. I'll appreciate it, and also you can buy me a coffee if you want, and you can share your project on my Instagram account or Facebook page, because I'll be more than happy to see what you've been created. Thanks one more time, and see you next time.